We are your first fully digital network. Available in your favorite platforms, our shows can reach you wherever you are, whenever you want. Plus Network meets you where you are. Our desire is to share with you stories that are both educating and entertaining. We are committed to uplifting you in every facet of your life. Why? Dahil we believe in you. Our stories will move and inspire you to do more and be more. From financial lessons to inspirational life testimonies, we will make sure your 2021 will be a year you regain control of your life. Join us as we share with you stories that will hack healthy lifestyles, quick and easy recipes, money matters, parenting secrets, and many, many more. Kami dito sa Plus Network, we are behind you. So sa 2021, hindi na mahirap ang mangarap. Follow, subscribe, and like us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. And together, we can all be more and be plus. We are where you are.
The show where we talk about all things adultings. Grabe! Episode 5 na po tayo. Can you believe it? Well, first, can you believe na Friday na po ulit? Grabe, parang kaka-start lang ng linggo, tapos Friday na kaagad. Weekend na sis. Are you excited? Are you ready? I hope so. Obviously, I'm very, very excited today. I'm also highly, highly caffeinated. So, get ready because this is gonna be the most kalat episode of Adulthings. Just kidding. Kalat with substance. Kalat with substance. Pero bago tayo magsimula, and before I introduce one of my favorite guests, I want to know, how are you guys doing? Oh yes, new hair! I forgot to mention, yes! I apparently have red hair now, which is a change. I don't know. Do you guys like it? What do you think? What do you think about the hair? You love it? Oh, thank you so much, Shea Butter. I look good. Thank you, Ali. That's so nice. Okay. Bagay. Okay, guys. Kung may mga nag-iisip dyan, kung time na bang kulayan na yung buhok nyo, it's time, sis. It's time. This is Janina Bella telling you, you should go color your hair. Why does it look violet at first? Honestly, it's color changing dye. I don't know. But regardless, we're going to talk about not just hair, but we're going to talk about a lot of fun things today because today our topic is Felicia. When is the right time to cut ties? And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. Kasi parang hindi naman yun yung relasyon natin sa buhay, di ba? Hindi lang romantic. May family relationships, there's friendships, there's even work relationships. And so papag-usapan natin lahat nun tonight with one of my favorite guests so far. She is my sister in Christ. She is by I don't know how we are sisters, but we are. Just you'll see. You'll see. I'm so excited to introduce host, TikToker, the most beautiful sportscaster, Miss Aiyana Perlas. Let's go.
Miss Janina Velo, what an introduction. That was a crazy one right there. But hello everyone of Plus Network. Kamusta naman kayo dyan here on Adult Things with Miss
Akala ko
Janine Matela.
sasabihin mo yung pick a side.
Yun nga eh. Pero Friday ngayon, hindi na Monday.
Friday, hindi Monday.
Friday.
Guys, kung hindi nyo alam, si Aiyana rin ang, mediator?
Yes, mediator.
Siya ang mediator ng Pick a Side, which is our sports show here on Plus Network on Kumu. And so, yeah, if you guys want to check that out, thank you so much, Ina Morata, for that super halo-halo. Thank you so much for that.
OMG. Okay,
And
may
thank you for the
comment
lechon,
dito.
Rafael.
Jenny,
Yes.
may comment dito. Alimir, ba't baliktad yung color?
I know, right? Yun rin yung sabi ko pagpasok ni Aiyana. Kasi, girl, OBF. And?
Animal assault. Wait lang.
Naka-blue ka din eh.
Oo, tapos akala ko baliktad yung color ng hair.
Oo nga eh. I remember you had red hair like a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And I had blonde hair a few weeks ago. What happened?
So, I think we're
Freaky
here.
Friday.
It's Freaky Friday. It's a Friday!
So freaky.
I love it.
Okay, nagsilabasan? What's that?
Nagsilabasan, like everyone's coming out. What does that mean?
Okay.
Nagsilabasan.
Uy, we got a welcome from none other than
Mr.
Bailey's.
Hello. We're gonna talk about you today, actually.
Grabe, di naman. I hope not. Our topic is literally toxic relations.
Ay, sorry. Never mind. It's not about you pala.
I hope we're not gonna talk about Bailey's today.
Sorry, Bailey's.
Grabe, sinuspam niya talaga yung nag-top up to, no?
Siyempre, marami siyang diamonds from this
supportive BF. Sana all sis. Ay, nako. Ayan, okay. What was that? Okay, Animal Lasal. Oh,
guys, thank you, Animal Lasal.
I-comment offensive. May mga taga-Ateneo ba dyan? Kahit freshman, feeling Atenean.
True. May mga ba dyan? Mga taga-Ateneo. Guys, saan kayo ng halo-halo kung taga-Ateneo?
Grabe, 7 minutes pa lang budol na, Aiyana.
Siyempre.
Ayan, daw, sabi ni Ina Morata, thank you.
See?
Ang daming super halo-halo. Thank you so much for that. Yes, we love OBF. Alam ko, freshman pa lang ako, pero feel ko pa rin yung blue blood even just now. May Miss Communiverse, akala ko Lasal ka, Rafael.
Kahit na third-year student na ako, feel ko pa rin na fresh ako. Woo!
Yeah! Let's go, Aiyana. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Ito na pa. We have lots to talk about today, Aiyana.
Yes.
Because we have been friends for how long?
5, 6.
6 years? No way.
I know, right? Crazy.
Wow, 6 years. And so, sa 6 years na yon, we have seen changes in seasons, changes in barkadas,
I know.
and relationships, and malabong usapans.
I know.
And toxic relationships. And we've also seen a lot of learnings, right, Aiyana?
Yes, definitely. I learned a lot from you growing up, you know.
Growing up? Ano tayo childhood friends?
Back in my time.
Yes, growing up, we learned a lot from each other, and we related to each other so much. And in that sense, we related to each other because we have both experienced our fair share of imperfect relationships.
Yes, life.
Yes. Which is normal, which is regular, right? I think were we both bullied at the same time in high school?
Were we? I think, were we?
Parang no? Anong year ka na-bully?
I was by bawal mag-name drop pala dito.
Bawal mag-name drop!
That was in 4th year. I was 4th year that time.
High school?
2017,
Oh,
yeah.
I was
2017.
Grade 9 or 10? 10, siguro.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think we were sabay nga-ish.
Yeah. Sino nang bully? Abangan ko yan. No. I'm taking down notes daw, sabi ni Kuya Juan. Hi, Kuya Juan.
Ay, Kuya Juan, banal ha.
Yeah.
He hates me because I'm never on his side on Pick a Side.
Oh, oof. Okay. Well, I want to, if you guys have any questions pala about relationships, we'll get to that. But I think I want to ask you, Aiyana, no? when I think this is the theme for our whole show, but when you're, let's start with bullied, no?
Okay.
When you were bullied, I guess, first, how did that feel? What was that like?
Well, that time I was bullied by one person. Won't say who she is,
No,
but
you
we
won't.
both know her. We both know her very well. And it was sad because I thought she was a really good friend to me. She was a true friend. She was the one who brought me to church. And that was the reason why I met you, Miss Janina Vella, because of
Yeah.
her. But
Yeah,
then
well, at
after
least.
that, yeah, well, she did a good job. She did a good job with
At
our friendship.
least. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's really sad because a lot of the times, yung the bullying that hurts the most are by people who are close to you, no? And
exactly.
those are the times when the trust is broken, no?
Exactly.
Um, I actually have a question about trust.
Oh my goodness. Wait, before that, I have a question for
Okay.
you.
What?
Like what you said, the
Mm,
closest friends are the ones that hurt you the most. And I know you've experienced that. I know you have. So
yes.
how did you
Okay.
handle that?
Well, I think I'm still experiencing the backlash of that. Not backlash, the whiplash of that rather,
Mhm.
because when you allow somebody into your life, you kind of, in a sense, give them power over you, because
Definitely.
you trust them, because you love them. They have power to hurt you, no?
Yes.
And but as we said, that's really, that's unfortunately a part of life. But I hope that anybody who's watching here who na-experience yun na yun, na may best friend ka, may, I don't know, boyfriend, may kabarkada ka, na sinaktan ka, I
Yeah,
hope that doesn't poison the well between you and future friendships. Don't
exactly.
allow what the world has done to you for you to, react badly to the rest of the, or like, don't let your past friendships hinder future friendships, is what I'm trying to
Yes.
say. Don't let your past hurts make you unconsciously hurt other people also. um because what I always say is the best, I guess, revenge, no?
Oh,
Because revenge, red hair, Janina Bella in a new light. The
Olivia.
best revenge that you could have is not becoming a product of their pressing and their bullying. The best
Mhm.
revenge is for
Exactly.
you to become who they like, a completely opposite person.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, to me, somebody who is still loving, somebody who is still accepting, somebody who is still willing to give second chances and still willing to forgive.
Definitely.
um and so I think that's something that I learned from that relationship and all of the other things that don't really, that all of the relationships that didn't really work, no? um
Definitely. I agree with that right there.
yes. Okay, we'll read the comments. Sabi ni Ali, grabe ang timely ng topic na to sa life ko. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear
Girl.
that.
Oh,
um
I
yeah,
was
so
gonna say
I'm so
congrats.
what.
You've come to the right place.
Oh, well, yeah, congrats. I'm glad you're here then. Second chances are the best. Exactly. I feel like, especially, well, actually, Ayana, what do you think about second chances?
Um, let's see what I think about second chances. I think it depends.
Depends.
It depends on who the person is. If you think that person is worth it, or if you feel like, okay, shocks, this person means so much to me. Fine, I love this person so much. I can't let him or her go, as a friend or as a significant other. Might as well. I mean, people change and people
Mm.
grow. But if you feel like, oh, hindi naman siya that important, you know what I mean?
Grabe ka talaga.
You know what I mean? Like, parang you have to choose the
Mhm.
people you let into your life also, because that's also a sense of like self-love and self-care too. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah, it's choosing
That's
the
how I
people you
view it.
surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Exactly. And, I think touching on that, diba, you're the average of the five people you spend the most time with. And so if that person you feel like is not the kindest, maybe is a little bit toxic, we don't really label, maybe their actions are like, may come off a little bit toxic, no?
Yeah.
Um, then, you can rethink, no, what it is. But I feel like in both senses, no, whether it's a person that you like, maybe acquaintance or friend, or whether it be a best friend or a boyfriend or a
Yeah.
girlfriend, I think something that you should watch out for is this a mistake or is this a pattern? because there's a
True.
difference between those two. If it's a mistake, okay, they accidentally, or it was a one, they accidentally shared something that they shouldn't have. They said something that offended you,
Yes.
and they apologized for it, and they promised never to do it again. Then we should allow that second chance. But
Yes.
when that becomes a pattern, when that is something that is done over and over and over again, even when they say sorry, even when they promise they will never do that again,
Yes.
then you can start to rethink, no? So
Yes.
yeah, there is a difference
Definitely.
between a mistake and a pattern.
As
So
here on the screen.
I hope that made sense. Okay, Jessica Barreto sent claps, so I think that made sense. Ollie sent halo halos.
Oh,
Jessica said, forgiving someone doesn't necessarily mean you have to let her back into your life.
I
That's
agree
a
with that.
great. Thank you so much for that. And Rafael said
Yes.
said the super halo halo, so I think he agrees too. Ayana, what do you think about that? Forgiving
Um,
someone doesn't necessarily mean they're back into your life or everything is the
yes.
same again.
I
Yeah.
do believe in that because, it's also like what I said earlier, it's part of your self love and your self care. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you know that this person, yes, you can forgive them, but then
Mm-hmm.
if you feel like having that person is way too heavy to
Mm-hmm.
let them back into your life, na parang it's going to affect na rin the way you think about yourself, the
Yeah.
way that you do the things in your life, and then, if it makes you a negative person, then you don't necessarily have to put them back into your life. You just have
Mm-hmm.
to forgive the action and
Mm-hmm.
be like, okay, life is life. You did that to me, fine. It's fine. But I don't think I want you in my life
Yeah.
anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always have to care about
Exactly.
yourself first.
That's great. Yeah. And especially because trust is not given, it's earned. And so
Yes.
when trust is broken, it's very, very hard to earn that again.
Yes.
And so what we're talking about here is, grabe, ang hirap ng conversation na to, ah. But when we're thinking about this, it's hmm. Yeah, trust isn't given, it's earned. And I feel like what we want to be certain of is that there is no bitterness or resentment growing inside of you,
Yes.
because that is the worst thing that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive, yes. Be civil, yes. But don't let anything remain.
Okay.
Don't let anything remain. Don't let resentment or bitterness or even the hurt. As you release forgiveness, you have to also release the hurt, the pain. You also have to release the anger. You can't just say, "Yeah, I forgive you," pero parang. I mean, yes, there will be emotions that will stay for a bit, but don't hold on to those.
Yes.
Kasi parang those things will eat you up from the inside. And it's doing you a disservice if you carry that burden for the rest of your life. Kasi sila naka-move on na sila, di ba? Parang you said,
Mm-hmm.
I forgive you. They said, I'm sorry. Tapos may bagong boyfriend, may bagong best friend na siya. Pero ikaw, parang nasasaktan pa rin kasi you're holding on to that resentment and bitterness. That's gonna ruin you from the inside out, no?
Yes. Janina, you were talking about that. And I want to know, what is your best advice for those people who still feel like they have that anger, that bitterness
Mm.
inside? Because as someone, honestly, I feel like I still kind of go through that. I still
Mm-hmm.
do hold a little bit of anger sometimes towards
Yeah.
people who have done me wrong. So, what
Yeah.
do you suggest?
Well, I love what they're saying here, no? Janice
Okay, let's check it
Pauline said, forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. And I so
out.
appreciate that. Yes, it is. I mean, of course, it is releasing that person, but it's also something for you. What's the other quote? Parang, also forgiveness doesn't make them right, but it makes you free.
Yes.
And so we focus on, not focus, but then we also have to take that into account,
Mhm.
that it doesn't mean that all is well. It just means that this is not going to affect me anymore.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
choosing for them not to live rent free in your mind anymore. We
Yeah.
don't want that. We don't want that.
We don't want back Felicia to that. My
Yeah,
goodness.
exactly. And yeah, Noreen said separate the actions from the person, which is
Ah,
not the easiest thing.
it's not the
We
easiest thing
don't.
for sure.
Because diba, Ayana, parang ang daling i-label na lang yung tao. Oh, sige,
Yeah, for
sinungaling yan
sure.
eh. Or parang backstabber yan eh. Traitor yan eh, diba?
Mhm.
Traitor, this is not like an Olivia Rodrigo song.
I know. Good for you.
Good for you. Good for you. Right?
But
Yeah, and
wait,
so you have to
actually,
separate.
yes, go,
Mm.
Janita.
Go, 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 go. This is not,
No,
this
go.
is, you're the guest here. Why are you asking me all the questions? You go.
No, because I saw that comment na separate the actions from the person, but then we could
Mm,
actually relate that to what you said earlier, the
mm,
pattern and the mistake.
mm. Yeah.
So maybe you can separate that action when it's a mistake because that doesn't really
Mm.
define mistakes don't define you as a person. But then what about
Yeah.
a pattern?
Yeah, that's true. If that's a pattern, then that's their problem.
Exactly.
They're choosing to allow their actions to define not just them but their relationships, how people how they treat people. So it's fine. That's not what we're talking about.
Good for you though.
Bahala na kayo. Good for you na lang.
Good for you though.
Jessica said, forgiveness will give you the freedom to trust again. Yeah, exactly, right? Forgiveness makes you free. And so if you can't forgive that person for their sake, forgive that person for your sake.
Yes.
Right?
I like that.
You see what I mean? Okay, so kung may mga tanong kayo, please ask your questions. I see a lot of, wow, we reached 10K diamonds already. Thank you guys so much.
Yay!
That's so
Thank you,
nice. Thank you,
everyone.
everybody. Grabe. You guys love Aiyana, no?
I
Sige,
think it's Janina Vela fam yun.
Janina Vela fam. No. What are your fans called, Diana?
Ayanators.
Ayanators. Okay, sa mga Ayanators dyan, thank you so much for sending. And we reached 11,000. Bella fam. Okay. If you
Bella
have
fam.
questions, no? Kung may mga nakaka-relate dito, I saw a lot of people were relating to our conversation. Please send questions. We'll be happy to answer them. Ayan na naman si Mr. Bailey's with the Carlito praise.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ay, nako. Yeah, so I feel like that's also something, that we've all experienced. Have you ever experienced that? Like, because of your past relationships, it's hindered your future ones or your present ones?
100%. Bailey's akot, he knows.
He knows.
He knows.
Bailey,
Yeah.
akyat ka nga.
Bailey's gaman. Send me a halo-halo if you agree. What?
Oh my gosh, he knows. But how do how do you guys work that out? How do you work that out? As a couple, as somebody in a relationship,
Yes.
still experiencing the pain from before.
I guess personally, how I work things out, I do try my best to remember that not all people are the same. That's the
Yeah.
number one thing that I try my best to think about. And obviously, Bailey's has always been the nicest and the sweetest. And he hasn't really done anything for me to, think about him in such a cruel way. To parang
Yeah.
for me to think na parang, oh my God, you're the same as him. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I feel like that's what really is helping me trust him, even if it might be hard because of yun nga what happened in the past for me. FYI, I got cheated on before, so to everyone down there. But then yun, that's really basically the core of my trust issues. But then yun nga, I always try to remember that he's really the nicest, the sweetest, and he gives me all the reasons naman to trust him. So
Yeah.
I shouldn't correlate that with him. So,
Yeah, exactly. You should not correlate that because parang I always use this analogy, but when we experience something, sometimes the way that we look at the world changes. It's like wearing sunnies, no? Where something happens. For example, you were cheated on, like Aiyana mentioned, no? She was cheated on. And so now, she has, for example, like pink sunnies on. And because she saw pink with that guy, wait, let's choose an uglier color, no? Like black
brown.
na lang, or brown. Because she saw brown with that guy. Now when she looks at other guys, she could easily just count them all as brown because that's the shades that she's looking through, right? And she's looking through the shades of her past. She's looking at the lenses of past Aiyana who was hurt. And so it's so important. Awareness is so important. Awareness that you are wearing those shades. Awareness that your perspective might be a little bit distorted and you have to take those shades off. And so I'm really glad that Aiyana, how was that coming to terms na, that was still affecting you until late?
I'm still trying to improve then as a person.
Yeah, of course, everybody is. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes, I don't know why, but sometimes I feel like it's either my vision is distorted or I'm being way too wary. You know what I mean? So that's what I was gonna ask you after you said that the brown glasses. What if one side is brown but one side is green for worry,
Mm.
for being worried?
For
What do you think?
worry. Well, I think a good worry is okay.
Yeah,
I mean, we should learn from our mistakes. Sana naman may natutunan tayo, di ba? Hindi naman
definitely.
na uulitin lang natin yung trusting somebody who doesn't have the character of the man you want, the friend you want. And so, the way that I see it, in terms of relationships, since we're on that level, no? Parang sa mga hindi nag-work out. Sa past relationships, parang nagkaka-boyfriend na ako, hindi pa.
No, isa lang.
Sa mga past malabong usapan ko, ang dami kong natutunan in terms of what to look for in a person.
Definitely.
And so my standards of looking for a boyfriend and my standards of looking for even a best friend have changed. And it's
For
okay to have standards. And because you deserve what's best for you, not just the bare
Exactly.
minimum, you know? Um,
Sana halo-halo right there.
and so if the person in your life makes you feel bad for having standards, it's probably because they don't reach them.
Yeah, and you always have to remember talaga that you know your worth. Like, you know what you deserve.
Yeah,
Like, no one else can define that for you except for yourself.
exactly. So,
Passionate.
passionate. Okay, agree daw. Ano ba? Your mistakes are one of the most important lessons you can take. Yeah, I think Bill Gates said, oh no, this doesn't relate really pala. Never mind. Sorry, sometimes when I see cue words, like it just cues something in my brain. I'm like, wait, that doesn't relate at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, we're looking at questions.
Okay, I have here a question, Miss Janina,
Okay.
from Tresca Barreto.
Okay.
How do you know a friend is the right friend for you? I think a good person to answer this would be Miss Janina.
Why are you... No, Aiyana, you answer.
I
Ikaw
don't
yung
know.
guest. Aiyana, ako dapat yung magtatanong. Ikaw yung mag-answer.
This is our show.
Our show. Okay, the
yeah.
Aiyana and Janina show. Okay,
So
the
we can-
Jayana show.
Yes, Jayana here.
The Jayana show. Okay. No, you answer first, Aiyana. How do you know if the right... Okay, how do you choose your friends then?
Kaya ako
Simpler.
pinasa sa'yo kasi I don't know eh.
How do you choose your friends? That's a very good question.
That's hard.
First,
'Cause,
I
like,
look at the... Oh,
Yes.
yeah, go.
Sorry,
No,
go,
no.
Janina. Please.
Well, first I look at their values.
Yes.
Easiest thing. Honestly, you can relate this to friends. You can relate this to boyfriend. You can also relate this to whoever you're gonna vote for in 2022. I'm just saying. You look at their values because their values say a lot about who they are. Not just values, what they prioritize in life, and what they spend their time on. I think is a big,
Definitely.
those are big things that you have to think about and consider because if this person I guess maybe does not value family, at least for me kung hindi niya binavalue yung pamilya niya, if she doesn't value school or work or they're just a lot of this, or even God. For me, if the person does not
Yes.
value God as much as I do, acquaintance is fine, friend is fine, but maybe the inner circle will just stay a little bit closed for now. And that's
Yes.
okay. Because again, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So it's very important, the elements of that average.
It's true.
What else? How about you guys? What do you look for in a friend? Or
Yes,
how do you choose your friend? Let me know.
Comment down below.
Yes, values over looks always. Agree. I
I
think
thought we were talking about friends here. Values overlook.
pwede rin.
Pwede rin naman. Ay, sorry.
The vibe and the attitude, that makes sense. Yeah, you have to look at their vibes also. If yeah, you'll know, you can feel the vibes.
But sometimes I feel like, what if the vibe was just the first time you guys met, but then the second time, mabait pala yung tao.
Mabait.
Yeah. For example,
Well,
the
then
first-
you don't judge a book
Yeah.
by its cover.
Exactly.
And that's why friendship is built, right?
Mhm.
It's not really a one day. It's not like kindergarten, right? Where you're just like,
Yes.
hi, I'm Janina. Hi, I'm Aiyana. Okay, we're best friends now. It's something that is built. It's something that, you see the person, you hang out, you have lunch, and
Yes.
then you decide as you go on if you feel like this is somebody that you want to have a significant part in your life, because you
Yes.
also have to think, if this person has a significant place in your life, they will have a say in your life. They will be
Definitely.
able to sway your actions, to sway your
Mhm.
thoughts. And so you have to think also, okay, if I ask this person for advice, what would they tell me? If I ask this person for
Yeah.
advice, can I trust what they are advising me to do, right?
Yes.
Um, so that's also something that we have to think of.
With
Woo!
you saying that, I feel like I
Yeah.
could bring this thing up. I always see this. It's like, for example, if would you be the person you would want to meet? That's how I would want
Ooh,
to
that's
be
nice.
that's how I motivate myself to always be a better person or a better friend,
Yeah,
because I always have that thought in my mind, like, would I be the person I'd want to be with in a
that's
relationship? Would I
great.
want to be like a friend to myself? So yeah, that's what I always think about. La lang,
Yeah.
share ko lang.
No, 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 that's really good. I mean, there's a quote that's like that. It's be the person you're looking for is looking for.
Yes.
It's parang okay, you have this standard, but do you reach it? It's like
Ah,
it's kind of unfair also if you're like holding this person to an impossible
true.
standard, but you can't even offer what you're asking for. You can't even offer
Exactly.
what you're looking for.
Truth.
And
I love that.
so you have to think also exactly like what Aiyana said. Are you a good friend? Are
Mm-mm.
you the best friend
Exactly.
that you can be to that person? Is your friendship beneficial to that person? Is your advice good for that
Yeah,
person?
exactly.
Ay nako.
If not,
Um
though, if you think, like, for example, if you are a
yeah.
good friend and this person treats you bad, then I'm sorry, you have to remember that it is their loss. You did everything to be a good friend, you did
Mm,
everything to be a good partner. But
yeah.
if that person treats you wrong at the end of the day, you gotta remember, guys, it's their loss, not
It's their
yours.
loss. Yeah, especially if it's a pattern.
Especially.
Okay, we're gonna play a game now. Are you guys
Yay!
ready? Okay, we are going to go back with the peliko hula, which is guess that movie. So these are movies about building relationships naman. Walang
Yes.
title ito, pero poster lang yung ipapakita. And kayo yung mag-guess kung anong movie to. And this all has to do with different kinds of relationships. So ready na po ba kayo? Let me know if you are ready.
Ready! Send kayo ng halo-halo if ready na kayo.
Ikaw talaga budal queen ka. I'm still learning the ways. Ayun, nag-send na nga sila ng halo-halo. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Guys, wait lang.
Okay, okay, okay. We see lots of halo-halos. Everybody is ready. The first one is this one. What movie is
Ay,
this? I love this movie.
I've seen that guy in the middle before, Moana. Joke.
Moana. Okay, oh, Christy, you got it right. It is The Cruise. Napanood
Nice.
mo na ba to, Aiyana?
To be honest, no.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, I haven't seen
I
it
can't
yet.
believe. Yeah, I love this movie, dude. My brother Ryan was so annoyed at me in the cinema because I could not stop laughing out loud. It was so unnecessary. Dude, it was so funny to me, but then I was crying so much at the end. It's a
Oh,
good show about family rin eh.
okay.
Yeah, so I think it's what's his name? It's Nicolas Cage, I think is the voice.
No
And
way.
Emma Stone?
That's
Watson?
so cute. Okay,
Stone.
I'll add this to my list.
Yeah, you should watch it. I love this movie. So everybody said The Croods. Jeff Vroom said Jaws. Interesting guess. Oh, the next one is here na pala. Sorry. There, the next one is there. What movie is this? Oh, Christia got it again.
Wow.
Bridesmaid.
Yes,
When
this movie I love.
you love this movie.
Yeah.
I don't really remember it so much. What is it about?
It's basically about friendship. That's all I
Great.
remember.
Basically about friendship. A single woman who is struggling to be the best maid of honor. Okay, the best maid of honor possible for her best friend. Oh, okay, that's
Friendship.
nice. Oh, friendship nga. This movie is so funny daw, sabi ni Ollie.
Yeah, it's comedy talaga.
It's comedy. Oh, I should watch it.
Go
Okay,
for it.
next one. I love this one. Oh, I love this movie. Such a
Let
childhood
me
movie
see.
for me.
A Walk to Remember? No.
No, The Notebook. No,
Nah.
Notting Hill. Okay, Althea got it correct. 51st
Yay!
Dates. I love this. This is one of the
First
very
Dates.
first rom-coms I've
Yes.
ever watched.
So funny.
You guys should watch this. Definitely recommend. And it's so wholesome. So
Truth.
yeah. It also made me cry a lot. I don't know. I think I'm just always crying.
I'm always crying too. It's okay.
For some other reasons besides movies.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Pat sent a hug. Thank you, Miss Pat. Okay, the next movie is this one. Which
Okay.
is I love this movie also.
Danny Phantom? Nah.
Noreen got it correct. Meet the Robinsons. Ang bilis
So
nyo, ah.
fast.
Meet the Robinsons. I love this movie also. This one
Yes.
also made me cry. Pero are we
I love-
surprised at this point?
I
Honestly,
love the
not really.
soundtrack of this movie as well.
Oh, I have not listened to the soundtrack of this movie.
Wait, I'm trying to remember if I'm right. Year 3000 with the Jonas Brothers, right?
Oh, I have no idea.
I have a feeling that's the one.
Okay. Comment down below if you know. Me too daw. No daw. It's not sabi ni Noreen, hindi.
It is.
It is. They always
I'll
say keep moving forward.
Yes, that one.
I love that line.
Keep
Yeah.
moving
This one
forward. I remember
this one
that.
also made me cry at the end. I mean, adoption stories are like
I know.
tearjerker. Okay. So for the last item, we have a very hard, not a very hard, it's a more difficult movie to guess. I think it's one of the harder ones. And because it's so difficult, we have decided to give prizes! Woo, woo, woo. Ulit po, may budget na po tayo. Salamat po sa mga diamonds. Nagkaka-budget na po tayo pang prize. So, next time, each question may free tickets to the Ben and Ben concert tomorrow on Kumu at 7 p.m. So we are giving away one VIP ticket for May 22, tomorrow. So guys, drop naman kayo ng diamonds para next time, every point has a VIP ticket, diba? Para level up tayo
Yes.
ng prizes.
Kahit halo-halo yan, guys. Go lang.
Go lang. So thank you so much, guys. All right. Wow, halo-halo. They agree with you. Budol
Budol
Janina.
Jayana.
Budol Jayana. Okay, ito na po ang pinakahuling movie. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. This is the movie.
For the Ben and Ben, guys.
For the Ben and Ben concert. The VIP ticket to the Ben and Ben concert tomorrow. Hala, walang nagda-type. Mahirap kaya to.
Isip kong ito. Come on, guys.
Yeah, go Aiyana. Sing it out. Pa-song request naman dyan.
Why am I keep hesitating?
No. We'll go back. Okay, the correct one is Janice. She said Captain
Hey!
Fantastic. Congratulations, Janice Pauline. You get the free VIP ticket as your prize to Ben and Ben tomorrow, May 22 at 7 p.m. This is produced by Mix PH. So,
Love it.
congratulations, Janice Pauline. I think yes, Perlas' network will be the one to get in touch with you. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Congratulations, Janice. And so we're gonna play another game later.
Yes.
We'll see if kung may prize mamaya o hindi. But yeah, meron. But so you guys have another chance to win a VIP
Yes.
ticket to the Ben and Ben concert tomorrow. Sorry, naglalag yung utak ko. Anyway, back to what we were talking about, Aiyana.
Yes.
To the heavy topic. Again, if you guys have questions, please leave them down below. But we are talking by Felicia when to cut toxic ties. Whether it be romantic relationships, platonic relationships, or maybe even work relationships. When is it okay, to cut
Yes.
ties?
Work
Okay, so kung may mga tanong kayo, leave them down below. But I wanted, to ask Aiyana, so how is that like though when you have to cut a toxic relationship? Like, let's say we already gave them a second chance. We've already forgiven them. We've already seen that it is a pattern, not just one mistake. What does that look like, having to cut ties with somebody?
Janina, it's so funny because this actually happened to me I think 3 months ago. Recently, one of my best friends, I noticed a pattern. And I actually talked to her about it, of course, clarifying things.
Yeah.
But, I have forgiven her.
Mm.
I confronted her about the situation, but the thing is, I don't really like stay that close anymore to her.
Yeah.
Because yun nga, it was a pattern and it was all against me. You know what I mean? So parang
Mm.
I knew na, oh, this is so not worth my energy and my care for myself. So yeah, I think that's my way of cutting people off. It's just like I let people know muna like what they did. I ask them about it so that I can understand. I forgive them, but I
Yeah.
don't really I distance myself. That's the word. I
Yeah.
distance myself already.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's great that you talk to her first. Especially, before we conclude at the end of it na it's a pattern. I think the
Yes.
first mistake, let's communicate, right? Let's
Yeah.
communicate, hey, I don't appreciate when you did this. And then diba, then you'll talk it out. And then if they do it again, then maybe you can offer a second chance and do it again. But then again, when it's a pattern, then you can politely and gently and lovingly communicate with them, communicate your feelings,
Yes.
communicate how you felt, and communicate what's going to happen next. I think that's
Yes.
a difficult thing, but it's hard because if you leave them hanging also, that's kind of mean.
Exactly. That's why you always have to have closure, guys. I feel like
Yeah.
it's the best thing.
Woo,
And
closure.
closure. That's a big word, man.
I mean, it's so important though, closure,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
parang also you don't want to just ghost them and leave them hanging for the rest of their life. I feel like you want to, because that person, I think what's difficult kasi minsan villainize natin yung mga tao. Like when this person
Mm-hmm.
has a pattern, it's so easy to only focus on all of the bad things that they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to remember at one point in your friendship, this was the best thing you've ever had, right? At one
Mm-hmm.
point in that relationship, this person meant the world to you. This person loved you wholly and completely, right? And
Yes.
so, we don't have to villainize them. We don't have to victimize ourselves. But we
Yes.
can be mature and say, okay, you're not a bad person. I'm not a bad person, but maybe, again, which is what we talked about, I think, the first episode, maybe this relationship is, not the best for the both of us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad person. I'm a bad person. Maybe it just won't work for us.
100%. It still boils down to like self love at the end of the day. You have to know what you are capable of handling. You have to know which one is worth it for you and your
Mm-hmm.
energy and your time. And of course, we always have to consider mental health, guys. We have to always consider that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if it's costing your mental health.
Yes.
Um, I think there is a time when yes, you love unconditionally, but it's very hard to love unconditionally if first you're not allowing God to love you unconditionally, and you're also not,
Yes.
and if you're not loving yourself unconditionally.
I
And so,
agree.
diba, how can you give what you don't have? And so, mauubos ka talaga if you're pouring out unconditional love to people that you're not receiving or
True.
not giving yourself, right? So
Exactly.
yes, our mental health is our utmost priority. Love that.
100% agree.
Oh, this is a hard question. Janice said, how do you handle being out of place in your group but you love them dearly?
Ooh. Hmm.
Have you ever felt out of place?
Um, have I ever felt out of place? I don't think so naman that bad. I don't think I've
Mm,
ever felt out of place that bad. Like I think it's just super babaw stuff like, oh my gosh, Aiyana, did you go to this concert yesterday? We all went. You didn't.
mm,
Just stuff
mm.
like that, super babaw. But I feel like maybe if they do make you feel out of place, do you think this is on purpose or do you think it's just unconsciously are they doing this unconsciously? Because
Mm.
it's always you could always talk to them like what we said earlier, like communication is always the key.
Yeah.
So um yun nga, if you ask them and then after that they explain to you or they apologize, they didn't realize they were doing this, then maybe they are your true friends. But then you know what? It's the time when you can rethink and reevaluate as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think, when we're talking about cutting ties, we're not obviously always gonna be, if something bad happens, cut it. Or if you feel out of place, cut it. I feel like there's also a
Yes.
part, like, para sa akin kasi, may panahon sa buhay ko siguro mga, I think nung peak YouTube era ko, mga 2016, 2017, my childhood friends lahat sila nag-school sa Katipunan. So that's just before I was in
Mm,
college. And so they were all going to school there, and I just always felt out of place kasi hindi ko get yung mga jokes nila, hindi ko
yeah.
napapanood yung mga movies that they watch together, hindi ko naririnig yung mga kwento nila. And so there was a time where I was really an outcast.
Yes.
And that was a difficult time, but I also had to reevaluate, my season in life, and see,
Exactly.
okay, they have their season, I have my season. And if and it's okay if we're not in the same season, and it's okay if we're not all the same people. Yung mahalaga is you love them and you know that they love you, because you said, diba, parang outcast ka but you love them dearly.
Mm-mm.
And so I think there will be times when you don't 100% fit in. When there is going to be a little bit, especially ngayon, during the pandemic, there will be times when you don't like fit in like a glove as you did before.
Mhm.
But I hope this gives you some hope. They're like my ride or die today. How many years
Love
later,
it.
they're the ones that I call first. They're the ones that I
Yes.
ended up studying God with. They're the ones that I have sleepovers with. And so don't give up on your friendships just because there's like a rough patch in your season or there's like a kind of dry season. Sometimes you just have different seasons, and that's okay.
That's why, yeah, like what you said, we could have our
Mhm.
own seasons. But then for what's her name, Janice?
Yeah, Janice.
Um, has this been going on for a long time, or is this just like a short term type of thing that you've experienced recently? That's the question.
Yeah. And Ali asks, what if they're doing it on purpose?
Oh my goodness, like what I said, reevaluate and rethink as well.
Reevaluate. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, if they were really your true friends, they wouldn't make you feel out of place.
Exactly. I mean, if they're doing it on purpose, you have to ask yourself also, are these the kind of people I actually want in my life?
Exactly.
Is this, I don't know, sometimes because it's hard if, okay, is having a toxic person in my life better than being, happy alone? I think that's
Yeah.
like that's a hard question because syempre, that was a question for me because when you're in a toxic relationship, whether it be platonic or romantic, when you leave, when you cut ties with that person, when you gracefully exit, when you
Mm-hmm.
communicate your feelings and communicate what's about to happen, there's a point where you will realize that you're single, right? And when you do
Yes.
realize that you're alone, but I hope that you realize that that's not a bad thing.
Yes, definitely.
That being single is not a bad thing. It's really not. And you've heard me talk about this so many times.
Yeah,
But being alone also, not always being surrounded by people is also not a bad thing.
exactly.
Especially if it's at the cost of your mental health. I don't think that we should settle. I don't think we should settle for yun nga, we shouldn't settle for bare minimum just because
Yes.
we're afraid of being alone. Um
Yes, exactly.
yeah. So yeah,
You
that's it.
also have to remember that time alone is also one of the best things that you could do for yourself because
Yeah,
your mind, your perception, it won't be clouded, it won't be distracted. You will be able to
exactly.
reflect and, like, collect all your chakras together and be able to get to know yourself more. I feel like that's also one thing that we should learn this pandemic, to also get to know yourself more, to know how to spend time
Yeah.
with yourself. Can't depend on other people, you know what I mean?
That's true also because especially it's a hard thing when parang gusto natin magbelong, 'di ba? We all want to
Exactly. Yeah.
belong to a barkada, but when that becomes our source of identity, when that becomes our source of value, when that becomes just the thing that you feel like you can't live without, um
Yes.
reevaluate. As Aiyana
Exactly.
said, na reevaluate. Doesn't mean you have to cut them off, ha? It just means maybe there's something within you, right? There's a mindset like that you have to think about and you have to kind of reconfigure a little bit.
Yes.
Um, Sabi nga ni Angela Ken, ako naman muna. Pwede, di ba?
Oh,
Ako naman muna.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's a
because
good
yeah, as Ayana was saying, diba, when you're, oh, thank you for the Miss Communiverse. When you're alone, you also get time to, as we were talking about a while ago, be a better friend for the
one.
next friend that you will have, right? Or
Yes.
work on your chemistry for the next person, or maybe even just try to reach the standard you have set for your next friend. And so
Exactly.
again, a waiting season is not a wasted season. And so just because you're alone, it is not necessarily bad. It's I wouldn't say that you're alone really. I think it's just more you have more time for yourself, and that's okay.
Exactly. A lot of people think kasi being alone or having time,
Mm-hmm.
having time for yourself, it's like unproductive.
Mm-hmm.
Or people think na parang, oh my God, I'm such a loser. Look at all these people going out, with
Mm-hmm.
their friends kahit na may pandemya.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, guys, that if you spend time with yourself, you're honing your craft, you
Mm-hmm.
are being better for yourself. And like what I said, actually using this pandemic and this quarantine to make yourself better and then coming out of this pandemic and being the best version of yourself is what your goal should be this pandemic. That's my goal this pandemic. So,
Yes, that's so good. I think everybody has, even whether they liked it or not, has had way too much time with themselves this pandemic. And so it's, voila, you can't do anything about it. You will be alone in your room. You will be alone in your house because we're under
mhm.
quarantine. Stay home and stay safe, guys. And
Yes.
so it's either we use that time to either self-loathe, to either just overthink other things, or to maybe even not do anything about it, or we can use that time productively, right? We can use that time to better ourselves, to assess who we are, what we would want to change about ourselves, and do something about it, right?
Yes.
um
And last to add,
yeah,
parang
go ahead.
there's this thing na, oh shucks, wait, that slipped my mind. Give me like 2 seconds.
Okay, go.
Oh yeah, here. Okay, so it's like what I noticed when we were in the outside world, we were so used to being with people and we were
Yeah.
super enjoying the company of other people. But then now that we are in this pandemic, we can actually evaluate, was I really happy with
Mm,
doing all these things, or was I forcing myself to be happy because I felt like I belong? You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
That's what I realized this pandemic,
Hmm.
like, made me think.
Yes, yes, for sure. And I, as we're in that conversation, we'll pick up again later.
All right.
But we have another game. For right now, we have our
Yeah.
usual adult things game, which is spill the slang. So
All
we will give
right.
you guys five slang words, five slang Gen Z words, and you guys will guess what they mean. And so kung alam niyo na yung mga meanings, comment them down below. If you don't, you're gonna learn something new today.
Yeah, sa lahat ng
Okay,
mga ano ha, hindi marunong mag-slang. This is for you.
this is for you. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this game? Yes, Plus Network is. Okay, so the first word, Aiyana, would you like to read out?
Bay.
Mm.
Not Bailey's. Bay. Not Bailey's. So guys, this is multiple choice here. We got A, B, C. All you have to do is type what it means or type
Mhm.
the correct answer below.
And the person who got this correct is Ali Mir. Congratulations. So the
Yes!
first one is opposite of hello, which maybe means bye.
Bay.
Second one's a pet name that stands for before anyone else, or C, an acronym for Bruha ang expensive.
Parang gusto ko yung
Interesting. Oo nga, gusto ko rin yung C. Palitan kaya natin yung bay. No, no. The correct answer is B. Congratulations, Ali Mir.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is the next one. The
Okay.
next one is mood. Okay, mood. So A, moving long distance. B, doom spelled backwards or a terrible fate. And C, used to express something that is relatable. And the correct
Okay,
answer is Angela says C. Congratulations. It is C.
Yay!
Used to express something that is relatable. How do you use this, Aiyana? Like, for example, oh, I just want to quit school na lang.
Oh, I'm gonna say, Janina, your hair is such a mood.
Oh, I thought you were going to go like, oh, I want to quit school. Mood.
Oh, mood too, actually. My cat is
Right?
a mood.
Exactly, right? I like your lights. Mood.
Mood, yeah.
Okay,
Agreed.
next one is
Eh.
low key. Okay, would you like to read the multiple choice, Aiyana?
All right, we got A, low intensity, slight king of. B, pants are too low. Or C, feeling sad. Oh, songs we keep low, low,
And the
low.
correct answer is by Ali Mir again. A.
Oh, low intensity.
Good
Okay,
job.
Janina, use low key in a sentence.
Ah, I'm low-key really tired.
Ah, mood.
But you guys don't know. Mood, you know? I'm low-key. I'm low-key looking for a bay.
Ah,
Mood.
mood.
Diba? Oh, you see, I tied it
Baby
all in
mood.
together.
All right. Okay.
Okay. The next one is.
Ooh.
Ooh. Well, we got a diamond shower from Rafael Leosa, and the word is ghost. I got distracted for a second.
I know.
Okay, would you like to read, Aiyana?
All right. So, ghost. A host of for gangsters. B, when someone used too much foundation on their face. Or C, when you completely disappear after hanging out and showing interest. So, actually, a lot of
Ooh.
you guys have answered already. And
Yes.
it is.
C. So Ali Adam got this correct. So C, when you completely disappear after hanging out and showing interest. Aiyana, nag-ghost ka ba or nang-ghost ka ba?
That's the question that we won't answer tonight.
mga mga nandito sa comments, nang-ghost ka ba or nag-ghost ka ba? Nag-ghost?
Ikaw ba,
Nag-ghost or
Janina?
nang-ghost?
Ikaw ba?
Nang-ghost ba ako? I think neither. I don't like to ghost because I feel like that's,
You feel bad.
I genuinely feel like it's kind of disrespectful. Like, okay, maybe sometimes I don't reply because I'm just really bad at replying, and Aiyana knows
Mhm.
this very
I know
well.
that.
I'm so
100%.
sorry. But I feel like ghosting someone kasi it's not just disrespectful, but I feel like it's like you're treating somebody less than human. You know?
Yeah,
It's like
definitely.
because that person has feelings, that person is living, breathing, has emotions. And so for you to cut that person off like it's just a gadget, or
Yeah.
like to turn it off like it's a gadget, or to turn off the lights like that, or to just stop replying just like that. I feel like you're
Yes,
treating them like an object, like something that you can just shut off and walk away.
definitely.
So I don't ghost. I don't think I have ever been ghosted. I think. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Wow. Have I never been ghosted?
I feel that. Okay, okay, we hear you. We hear you.
Okay.
Nina.
So guys, don't ghost. Just communicate. Okay.
Communicate.
Do we have more? Okay, we have more. This one is FOMO. This one's easy. Do we even have to
Mhm.
read the ano here? Okay, there we go.
Fear
Ollie
of
says
mother.
A. Ang daming A. Because obviously, FOMO means fear of missing out. Short for mother daw. Well,
Short for
interesting. And
Ah,
friends
yes.
of mine only. Wow. Overprotective si ate girl. Clingy. Friends of
Oo.
mine only.
FOMO na ako.
Ayun. Have you ever felt FOMO, Aiyana?
Definitely, 100%. All the time. How about you?
All the time.
All the time.
What do you feel about it?
Me,
What do you do about it when you feel FOMO pala?
when I feel FOMO, I always have to remember that, okay, ito. Usually kasi there would be times wherein my friends would be able to hang out or go out at night, but then me, I'd always have work. So that was, I guess, my time of thinking na, oh, shucks, FOMO, whatever. I wish I could experience that. But then I realized that, everyone has their own time and everyone
Yeah.
has, yun nga, like what they said, a season. And I feel like up to now, actually, this is my season. I love how I am able to work at this age. I have the opportunities to be able to work at a young age and have a platform to be able to spread awareness, most especially about mental health, guys.
Yes.
So
You
I'm
go,
really
Aiyana.
happy about that. So
Oh,
yun,
I'm so
I feel like
happy
that's
for
my
you.
purpose. That's my purpose.
Yeah,
How
I
about
love
you?
that. And I think I'm gonna bounce off of what Aiyana said, because whenever I would feel FOMO, and honestly, I was just feeling FOMO last week, because I was watching. I don't know. There's a. Oh, I don't know if I can talk about this. Baka may nandito. But there's like a group of friends who I'm friends with who have their own group. Like, I'm friends with everybody in the group, but I'm not part of that group.
Parang may
And so
subgroup sila.
yeah, and so it's like a
Okay.
little weird, but I understand naman because they all went to school together. But we all hang out naman together, but they have a separate group. Regardless.
Yeah.
So they had like this, I can't really say what exactly it is, but they had this thing that they did together, and I kind of had to. Fine, they had a live, and I had to sign off actually, because
Yeah.
it just made me feel not very good because they're talking about their past, stuff and their future and their
Yeah.
whatever all together, and so it didn't make me feel good. And well, I acknowledge that, and whenever I feel FOMO like that, kasi I try to put meaning into why I am not there. And that's
Yeah.
not saying that give them like, you start to gossip about that. I mean, give meaning to what you're doing.
Mhm.
And so like Aiyana was saying, diba, kung hindi niya, her schedule is not allowing her to hang out with other people. So she puts meaning into the reasons why she can't hang out with other people right
Yes.
now. And so if it's work, then she advocates for mental health, And so para sa akin, if I can't hang out with them or if I'm not a part of that group, I'm not gonna, overthink what they're going through, but I'm gonna focus on me. And I'm gonna say,
Yes,
okay, if I'm not there right now, I am here right now. What can I do when I'm here that is meaningful? What can
Yeah.
I use this time that I wish I could spend with them, but I cannot? What can I do with that time that is meaningful, that is purposeful? Because then you are again taking control over your emotions, you are taking
Yes.
control over your time and your life. So instead of it being you were not invited, you can change your mindset to being, oh, I'm here because I'm doing this, I'm here because
Yes.
I'm working towards being valedictorian, I'm here
Mhm.
because I'm working towards cum laude, or for this job, or for this internship, or for Aiyana for her career, for mental health awareness. And so focus on you, because there's nothing, you can't really control them, right?
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
as we always say, we cannot control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. We can't control them,
Yes.
but you can control what you do with your time, right?
And Janine's, to add, like what you said, if you put meaning to what
Mm.
you're doing, it's gonna make you feel like, it's gonna make you love what you're doing more. And then it's
Mm.
gonna make you feel like you are not having a burden at all just because you're missing out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because you love what
exactly.
you're doing anyway. So always
Mm-hmm.
put meaning in the things that you do so that you
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like you're missing out, but rather you are having the time of your life on your own.
Exactly. Not bitterly, right? We're not
Yes.
bitter towards them. It's just a you thing. And that's
It's
a
a you
them thing.
thing.
And that's okay. Okay?
Yes.
So last one, we have another VIP ticket for the Ben and Ben concert
Woo!
tomorrow on Saturday, which is
Yeah.
7 p.m. Thank you so much, Rafael Leosa, for the Miss Universe. We're gonna show the last one right now. The first one who gets it gets a free VIP ticket. Are you
Oh
ready,
my
guys?
goodness.
Are you ready?
Go, guys. This is
Three.
Janina and I's favorite word.
Yes, 3, 2, 1, go.
Favorite word or
This is it.
favorite letter?
Wait, is this the word? Wait, what is it? There.
There.
V stands for Vela.
I agree. Aiyana Perlas.
So what does this mean, V? Oh wow, ang bilis nila. Si Oli po ang tama. Oli. Yeah, Oli got it correct.
Si
V
Bailey's
stands
akot
for...
sumagot.
What? Ano daw?
Very. You're so
Siya ba yung
updated,
nauna?
ha? No,
Ay,
he's
hindi naman.
second.
Si Oli, he was second. Sayang. Makakanood sana
Sayang.
kayo ng Ben and Ben. Pero si
Sayang
Oli
talaga.
po ang first correct answer natin. It's a shortened version or form of very. So how do you use this, Aiyana?
Oh, I'm VV sad. How about you,
I'm
Janine?
Yeah, I'm V frustrated right now.
V feel you there. Mood.
You very feel me there? What is that, Aiyana?
I feel
Oh,
that's a V
mood.
mood.
Mood. I'm V FOMO right now.
Oh, you know what? I was ghosted by this V guapo dude a while ago.
Oh yeah, was he your bae?
Oh, almost. Mood.
Almost. Oh my gosh, we're just trying to talk in Gen Z right now. This is so cringe. I'm so sorry, everybody. Awit daw, sabi ni Ali. Awit.
Wait.
Nilalahat yung words. Yes, nilalahat po yung words natin. Okay. Okay, so to Janice, Pauline, and Ollie plus network team will send you a DM on how to claim your prize. So keep your Plus network will, slide into the DMs. Sana all nagsislide sa DMs.
Gen
Make a
Z girl. That's what a Gen Z term that is.
slide into the DMs. Plus network will do that. Okay, well, Aiyana, I'm so sorry. I'm V sad right now. And we're gonna have so V much FOMO. Because we're going to have to close the show for tonight. Um,
No.
I know. So so V sad. You're my babe pa naman.
I know. FOMO
I know.
after.
But we're not gonna ghost you guys because Aiyana will have her last piece of advice. Oh, di ba?
Yes. So,
Galing
syempre,
din
guys, may
Ray.
closure. May closure ako.
Make closure because we are here for communication, right? We communicate with people.
I won't just cut ties with you guys. I ain't no bye, Felicia.
Yeah, she's not a bye, Felicia. We'll give second chances. We'll communicate. I don't know what we're saying anymore. Okay, so Aiyana, I think my last question to you would be,
All
what
right.
is your advice for people who are struggling finding friends right now, and they want to? If you could summarize, in a few sentences, what is your advice to people who are looking for friends right now?
My advice for people who are looking for friends right now. Okay, guys. So the first thing that I would definitely um, give to you guys, always focus on yourself first. You have to remember that you are the number one person who matters because, in 5 to 10 years, this is what my mom always tells me. In 5 to 10 years, you have to remember that you are going to be the only person who's going to be there for yourself, no matter what. So you always have to protect yourself. Remember that when you choose friends, you have to know, is this person going to help me be a better person? Is this
Mm.
person worth my time and my energy? Will we grow together, or does this person like hinder my growth and my
Yeah.
betterness? And always consider, yun nga, like what Janine and I always say, mental health, self-love,
Mhm.
self-care, the values of the person. If your values don't align, I already think
Mhm.
that's like a conflicting friendship.
Yeah.
So always remember that, guys. And also, I just want to thank you guys so much. Thank you to Plus Network and Miss Janina Vella for having me today on Adult Things, one of my favorite shows
Oh, I
on
love
this
you, Ayana. You're so
platform. I love you so much,
You're
guys.
the best. Oh, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure we all learned so much from Ayana. If you learned so much, you can draw some diamonds. And thank
Guys,
Ayana for being here today. Show some love down below. Ayana, you have been a great and funny and very relatable host. I'm sure a lot of people have related to you today. Yeah, and okay, so before we go, of course, I have to share with you guys that we have other Kumu shows for Plus Network starting with on Mondays. Ayana, would you like to promote your own show?
guys, don't forget that on Mondays we have Pick a Side with Ayal Banal, Chuck Araneta, and yours truly, Aiyana Perlas from 8
I
to 9
know.
p.m., where we talk about everything sports.
It's
Janina?
so fun. It's the funnest. Like, it's such a fun show. Just watching them argue. I don't understand the things that they're saying, but it's fun to watch a live debate. But on Tuesdays we have In the Biz by our very own Rafael Ayosa, who is actually here in the Kumu. So thank you so much
Yes.
for watching, and also thank you for
Thank
always
you, Rafael.
dropping. Wow, thank you for always dropping gifts. That means a lot to us. If you guys want to learn about business, you can check that out. We have Plus Talks on Wednesdays para sa Pinoy, hosted by MJ Lastimosa, which is also a very, very empowering show to be on or to watch. So you guys can check that out. On Thursdays, we have Seaworthy by Coach JC and Brother Randall. This is also very motivational. Honestly,
Love it.
we're not short of on motivation and empowerment here. Of course, on
Yes.
Fridays, we have Adulthings by yours
Yes.
truly, Janine Novella. And on Saturdays, we have All Out, hosted by Carla Piscoso. So this is fitness, wellness. You guys can work out together on Saturdays at 8 p.m. But also, we have fundamentals, busting the boodle, avoiding scam and money traps with Edric Mendoza tomorrow at 4 p.m. on the Kumu Facebook page. So you can check that out on the Kumu Facebook page tomorrow at 4 p.m. And I think on Kumu as well, right? And so we also have Teach with Joy, which is a new episode with Tony Gonzaga, which was aired, I think, tonight. You can watch that as well on Plus Network's Facebook page, which is My Plus Network. Of course, you can follow Ayana's. Ayana, do you have Kumu?
Yes. At It's Ayana, guys.
At It's Ayana. You can also follow her TikTok.
Okay, it's Ayana too. I'm getting ripped tonight.
Okay, we're not singing the next part of that song. And we also have a little bit of a sneak peek for Teach with Joy. If you guys are planning to check that out now or later, here's a little trailer for that right now.
Hi, this is Tony Gonzaga, and catch me tonight on Teach with Joy, the Parenting Edition.
Wonderful. Okay, ayan, anong ginagawa mo?
Kasi sabi ni Janina, here's the trailer right now.
Sabi
So cute.
No ba? Not right now?
I don't know
Okay.
eh.
Okay, never mind. Well, thank you everybody so much for joining. We reached 55,000 diamonds. That's amazing. You know, honestly, every week I get kind of scared. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so like it's so pressure. It's not pressure.
know.
But I'm like, okay, you guys gave so much, and I don't want to like obligate you guys naman to give, and yet you give every time. And so you guys are so
Thank you,
generous
guys.
talaga. Thank you so much. For supporting this little show of ours. I hope that you were empowered. I hope that you were encouraged, and I hope you learned all things, adult things from tonight. Jayana, I will see you guys
Jayana
next
here.
week, Friday, 8 p.m. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Bailey's, Mandy, Dad, Mom, and Janina's parents.